Hello everyone, welcome back to the Adventure Pod, brought to you by the School of Media and Communications of Taylor's University. I would like to welcome Mr. Andreas Vogiatzakis. I think you have so many stories to tell.
That makes me feel old. Okay.
No, you are.
And one day you wake up and said, yeah, that was it right there all the time. I just couldn't see it. Now I can see.
Alright, so what are some common challenges that fresh graduates or entry-level executives you think they would face when they are just entering the advertising and media industry?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. And they face a lot of challenges because no matter how good the academia is, no matter how many programs like what you're doing now to gain experience is, when the rubber hits the road in the real world, it's a little bit different. The deadlines, the pressure. You have the clients who want it good, fast, and cheap. Clients who want everything, and that's the norm. You have competitors who do it cheaper and better. And you have to multitask, and you have to be on top of technology. And so the reality is slightly different. And so you can say, oh, I have a headache today, I don't feel good today, or I'll skip class, or this or the other. It's real. And your career is on the line and your reputation is on the line and you start building it. So it can be daunting. I think, and what I would advise young graduates is don't negotiate so much about money and position and titles. Who cares? All of that stuff will come, I promise you. Get into it, give it your best and learn. Be curious, be hungry, talk to people, absorb it all, and give it your best. If now that you're young and have more energy, you don't give it all you have, plus some more, when? The rest will come. I remember, I'm not saying, oh, I did it and do it, but I remember, and I took my time to go to the university because 3 years as a dropout on math, I did everything that I could do, took it out of my system, and then I found my path, right? But I remember when I started the job in DMB in New York, 52nd Street and Broadway, I'll never forget it. I was going to my boss and I said, can I get more work? I have the weekend free. It's like, huh? Like, yeah, give me.
You want to do more?
I want to do more. I want to learn more. So be assertive, be yourself, love what you do. That is a choice, guys. I choose to be happy. I choose to love what I do. You know, if you don't love it, leave it and go somewhere else. However, when you get first a job, give everything you got in it. Stick to it for at least a year and see what's going on and learn. The rest will be history. I think the only thing that can guide us well is our inner attitude that brings birth to behavior. And you guys remember that. People judge you by two things, and they determine what they think of you based on two things: what you say and what you do. That's it. Nothing else. You might be the nicest person inside. You might have the nicest principles inside.
But if you don't say or do it,
Exactly.
who's going to know, right?
Correct. So your behavior in your first job and how you conduct yourself and what you say is going to determine a lot of things. So give it your best. Love it, change it, or leave it, and do what you really, really love.
Wow, yet another amazing answer. I think so many things.
Good questions, that's why.
So, for these young graduates that you are so passionately talking to right now, how can they build their personal brand and stand out in such a competitive field?
Right, very good question. Look at what you guys are doing here. What you guys is voluntary work. Nobody pushed you to do this. That's the attitude. That's the behavior. And so when you are at a university, whichever university you are, okay, get your hands on everything you possibly can. This is the time to absorb, learn, experience, do everything that you can. Go to your teachers, ask them things, get projects done. Yes. This is it.
I think it's so true.
That's it. it's as simple as that. Things are going to be slightly different when you go outside. However, what is not going to be different and what you can galvanize during your university years is your attitude and your behavior. That's not a switch on the wall that you poop, turn on. It takes time to really get into that positivity.
Yes.
And I get involved with a lot of students and a lot of universities, and I see the good, the bad, and the ugly. I do, okay? Not everybody is the same. And I can tell students who will succeed, and I can tell students who will struggle a little. And the ones that I am certain will succeed, they have that attitude. They get their hands dirty. They get involved. They get involved in extracurricular activities with the other students, in organizations, do stuff, get involved in the community. And keep in mind that our world is one. It's not anymore fragmented in countries and boundaries and borders. It's not like that. So get your English right. That's a tool. It doesn't denote your ethnicity, your religion, or whatever else. Believe in whatever you want to believe, but get the tools that can help you succeed. We compete in the global village now. And if you're a copywriter, if you're whoever that can do the job remotely, anybody competes with you. And so, sharpen the skills. We will compete with AI. We will compete with AR. We compete with technology, and we create technology. And that's the truth. So get everything you possibly can get during this time and shape up and sharpen your attitude and your skills. Get your knowledge in. Don't forget to have fun. I'm not saying, become a classworm and bookworm and all that kind of stuff. Make sure you have fun and make sure you explore. But this is the time. Be curious. Just be curious to learn and build your profile on Facebook, on social media, whatever, and build it around what you love. Anything. If you like baking cookies, great, fantastic, go do it. If you like building robots, great, go do it. Build it. Show the world that you are passionate about something and you can do it. Unless it's a very technical thing that I really want from a graduate, when I was hiring, because right now it's just me, the number one quality and area I would look into is attitude, not the technical skills, because I am going to reskill you. I'm going to retrain you. Okay?
But your attitude is who you are.
That's right. And when you show me what you're passionate about, and I see that you have that zest for life, and you have that drive and determination, the discipline to really do what you love, and here it is, I'll say, yeah, great. I like this person. I'm going to hire this person. That's right.
Yeah.
And I will teach you how to do the rest. I don't care if you don't know how to do what I do. I'll teach you that. Make sense?
Yes.
So the passion in your heart, you got to find it. You got to drive it. You got to make it shine. And people will see, trust me, because the light is going to be super bright.
I definitely agree with everything you said. I think some people watching out there might think the question was about how to find your personal brand. Why is he telling me to join all these things? It doesn't improve my grades in my university degree. Yeah. But through these experiences, that's what makes you who you are. Yes. I think a lot of people wait around for something to happen, but the little things you do are what help you discover every little thing about yourself.
Bingo. Right. That's right. That's right. You're not going to be sitting in your room and study your book and all of that is going to come to you just out of the blue. It doesn't happen that way.
You have to go and live life, meet people. Yes. Fall, get back up.
Yes, that's right. And whatever is meant to appear will appear. That's the only process. And it works.
Thank you for all your wisdom.
You're very welcome.
Okay, so once you have been able to set foot in this field, once you get there, it doesn't just stop. Especially in today's digital world, everything is constantly changing.
Yes.
So how do these newcomers adapt?
Yes. I call it the constant change challenge. Especially after COVID, nothing is going to stop changing. It's changing constantly, and that's a big challenge. I think the next pandemic will not be health related. I think it will be technology related, and it can shut down the world before you know it. Watch. And therefore, in order for us to survive, and not only the graduates in the workspace, for everybody, the only solution is to have a growth mindset. And if we are not flexible, if we don't embrace change, if we don't adapt and adopt new things, we're not going to make it. It's as simple as that. We will stay behind, nobody's going to die, but we will become complainers, naggers, nagging and complaining about everything. And the only one who first we hurt is ourselves. So I think it's that attitude, that embracing an open mindset that welcomes that constant change. And we take it as a given. So at the same time, when you do that, I believe that you learn how to be happy in the moment with what you have.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean you don't strive for more and better and all that. However, you are content and happy with what you have. And when you know yourself and when you embrace a growth mindset, things start changing. You change, and you can see that. I can see that in myself. I'm telling you that I'm not perfect. I fluctuate, and there are days who I become stubborn as a mule, say my way or the highway. It happens all the time. We're human. It's just that faster you start realizing that and say, hey, how do I change the way I operate in order to fit this? That's the only way. And only when you adapt and you become flexible and resilient, you win. My silly prediction is that mobile phones will not exist 10 years from today. It will be a very painless and very fast implant there with contact lenses on your peripheral vision, AI stuff control everything. And the world is going to be completely different.
Mm-hmm.
When I started at DMBNB in 1992, January, that was a long time ago. You were not born. Internet didn't exist. There was no internet.
Yeah.
Okay? And we used to, there were the basic computers and the floppy disks because they were big and floppy.
Yeah.
And we literally would type the media plans and fax them to the client. Then mobile phones came in, internet came in, the whole thing changed, and today we're just like in a delirium of technological advancement. If we focus on technology only, we're going to lose the game because that's not going to stop. And I think the primary focus has to be back on that attitude, growth mindset, being flexible, resilient, adaptive.
Yeah, very insightful. I think it is a good approach to look at these things and tell yourself to problem solve instead of thinking of, oh, it doesn't work the same way that I know.
Yes.
You have to see what you can take and what you can do with it.
Bingo. And in fact, right now would be the perfect spot to add one more point to the young graduates who get a job. When you change jobs, remember that advice that my mom gave me. When you go to a new place, talk about the place you are, not the place you came from. You keep that knowledge. You keep all that you learn. However, you go to a new place, embrace the new place.
Be open.
Yes, and don't say, oh, we used to do it this way.
Yes.
That's done. This is a new place, new culture, new things, new way of doing things. So embrace that.
So you'll never be limited.
Correct.
All right. So on the other hand, of course, at the basis of it, we know written and verbal communication is obviously very important in the media and advertising field. So what advice can you offer for all the young graduates wanting to improve on that?
Yeah, it's mandatory. In fact, not only for the mass comm advertising graduates, for everybody. Like I said, I will determine who you are, if I like you, if I don't like you, if I will do business with you, if I hire you, on what you do and what you say. That's it. These two things. Nothing else. There's not a third thing. It's only what you do and what you say. And that behavior constructs who you are to the outside world. And therefore, if it's so critical, I think that communication skills, presentation skills are absolutely critical for everybody, not only for the mass comm students.
Yeah.
Everyone, because you have to communicate, right? No matter,
as humans.
as humans, that's right. So get your language good. Manglish, I love it.
Do you
Okay,
speak Malay?
a little bit, not really. Perfect your English. That's a tool. Learn as much as you can. Manage and perfect your body language. Work on it. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes effort. Body language is a million things: hand gestures, eye contact, face, smile, body posture, a lot of different things, mirroring, matching, a million things. Google is fantastic. YouTube is fantastic. Go there, watch, learn, practice, and become better at it. Watch people who are great at the Toastmasters Club and they are world champions. And how do they do it? What tips do they have on how to conduct yourself? The way you talk, the language you use, storytelling, learn all that. Get into it. And that will be an incredible ticket for success, I believe. And the good news is nobody, absolutely no one, is born a fantastic communicator. Nobody is born to be a leader. All leaders and all great communicators are made. And so it's a skill that you can learn and you can practice and you can acquire. Everybody can do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely everybody. And so I think that is very, very important. So just get to it.
I think a lot of people think I don't have it.
Yeah.
It's just not me. But
Right.
everything is what you harnessed, and what if you want it, you will work
Yeah,
for it.
that's right.
Yeah.
And I'll add one more thing, Sophia. To talk about myself, believe it or not, I'm a big introvert. I'm very shy, as a matter of fact. And when I got into this, so I'm not going to be the one who's going to fire the party up and all that in the beginning. I need a push, and that was me. And I was even shyer and more introvert before. When I got into this particular area, advertising, communications, managing business, if you are like that, you're not going to go too far. So you have to realize that, and you have to proactively change it and force yourself to behave different. You cannot connect with clients, you cannot connect with people in the company if you're an introvert and you're all to yourself. It just doesn't work. So you have to force yourself to behave differently. And that is important. Therefore, understand what your strengths are, understand where your weak areas are that you're not too comfortable with. And you can only get that with feedback, as your friends, as your teachers, as people around you to tell you, and be ready to accept that feedback. And on your strengths, make them stronger. On your weak areas, work on it. Work on it, change it. Everything can be learned in order to become better. Ask. And I'm pretty sure that when you ask people who love you and want you to succeed, they will tell you. Ask them, what is things that I need to change to be better? And they will tell you. And go and do it.
That's great. I really hope that everyone at home really takes this practical advice and really use it, Moving on.
Sure.
As a professional leadership coach, you probably are used to helping individuals set their goals. What strategies can these young individuals use to set out their mission in the media and advertising industry? And maybe you can give sort of an idea of what this industry has to offer so they have a better idea.
Well, let's start with the last part and go to the first part. The last part, the industry has to offer everything. It has to offer the good, the bad, and the ugly, really. But it is what we make it to be. And it's not only this industry, it's every industry. And so it's up to us to go and get it. Like we said before, you're not going to sit here and wait things to come to you and happen. You got to go and get them.
Yeah.
You have to proactively do that. So the industry will give you only what you seek. And you will reach the height of where you set the bar. If you set the bar here, maybe you'll reach here. If you set it here, maybe you'll reach there. And so it's really up to you. You get a job. Are you proactive? How do you conduct yourself? What do you tell your boss? What do you undertake? How do you learn? What mindset do you choose to adopt? Is it open? Is it fixed? Is it growing? What do you do? So that will determine what you do. What you put in, you're going to get out. That's it. It's like a bank. If you don't have deposits, there is no way you'll get interest. And there is no way you're going to get withdrawals. It doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
So you make deposits, you cultivate them, they multiply, they grow, so you can have things to take out. That's it. So it's all here,
Mm-hmm.
not outside. To the first one, on how to set your goals and what to do, I'll give you two very simple ways to do it. Again, it's all about self-reflection, self-introspection. What is your passion, what you want to do? I always use the GROW model. It's very simple. What do I want to achieve?
Mm-hmm.
Where am I now?
Mm-hmm.
What will it take me to go there?
Mm-hmm.
What obstacles am I going to find?
Yeah.
How am I going to overcome these obstacles? Who is going to help me along the way in that journey to achieve what I want to achieve?
Mm-hmm.
Both with tools as well as helping me when I will come to the crossroads or I will find the obstacles. What are my values? What do I believe in? What excites me? If you don't know your values, then it will be more hard or harder, I guess is the proper English to use, on what I'm going to do and maneuver myself to get there, right? What's going to guide me at the crossroads? And set your goals to be smart. They have to be, you know what smart is, specific, measurable, actionable, time-bound, realistic, right? And don't be afraid to change them. That's fine. Along the way, as long as you give everything you have to that journey, it might change. That's okay too. We change. I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago or 3 years ago when I started the same V Plus business.
Yeah.
So set your goals. If you are unclear with what you want, have a chat. I'm sure in the university there are mentors, there are your good friends, there are your teachers. So have a chat with them to get into that journey of finding out what you want to do. When you have the discussions with people who care, you'll figure it out. If not, give me a call. You know where to find me. I'm in LinkedIn. I'm in WhatsApp. I'm in everywhere. So if I can add value to that process, I'll be happy to.
Wow. So much great sharings today. And I think that was the final official question from our list. So I think something that I learned from your sharing today is people often think about just the work and what you produce, but I think it's a lot of understanding and working with people, yourself and others. Even in advertising, the products that you want to advertise and the message that you want to send is to people.
Yes.
It's about maybe a thing, but the message is at the end being delivered to a person, a human being.
That's right.
So it's all about understanding and connection. And yeah, I believe that passion drives everything too. Everything is done with emotion and sincerity, and that's when it works and it sticks with people.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And you put a good dose of ethics on top of it as the cherry on top, and then you have the winning recipe. You said it perfectly, Sophia. That's exactly right.
All right. Well, maybe to end it off, what are 3 words you want the audience to remember in their head after listening today? Just 3 words.
3 words. 3 words. 3 words.
Yes.
Not 3 phrases, huh? Wow.
Maybe short phrases.
Short phrases.
Can work too.
Number 1, be yourself.
Okay.
Number 2, take action. And number 3, believe. Believe in yourself. The rest will come.
Okay, I think that is things that are very simple. But if you realize how much they can actually mean and you keep it with yourself, you can go far.
Yeah,
right.
That's right.
Yeah, so
That's right.
I would like to say thank you so much to Mr. Andreas for spending your time and your energy to be here on behalf of everyone here. It was such a pleasure to have you.
My pleasure.
And
Thank you.
to everyone at home, thank you so much for watching us wherever you are. And I definitely feel inspired from all the valuable stories and information that you have shared. And I hope you guys feel the same way too. And I hope you guys continue to watch and support our upcoming episodes where we will bring on even more guests as we can continue learning together. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Andreas. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
I had a great time. It was
Me
a
too.
great conversation.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
See ya. Bye.